Okay, so it's been 45 minutes. My plaster feels nice and hard, not too squishy or anything like that. And I'm going to take my cottle boards off carefully. All right, now I'm going to take my Surform. Hopefully you have something like that. It does have a direction that you need to go. So it's a one-way sort of thing. And then you're just going to scrape off and round over all of the corners on your piece. And this is actually going to help your mold straps live a lot longer. It won't cut things. It'll make it less likely for your mold to chip. All sorts of stuff. It's just nice. So I strongly recommend that element. I think making your mold look nice is important. Okay, now I'm going to try to take out that my pour spout, and I'll do that as carefully as possible. The hard part is just getting that plaster that's kind of melding that in, so I'll just use my Surform to free that up a little bit. And then that pops right out. Okay, so that's going to be my pour spout. Now the edges that are on there, I will want to go back and clean those off with my, so this is where my trimming tool actually comes in, really helpful. You want to do this while this is still on the wetter side. It's a lot harder to do once it's gotten a lot more solid. Flattening out the surface as well to make it so that it can, I don't know, it just makes it things nice. It makes it a little bit easier to set it down when I need to set it upside down. And once I get this area, so I'm just rounding over the corners, once I get this area all nice, then we can flip this over and do the bottom side. good. I've cleaned up a lot of like chunks and stuff. But my mold still feels very warm, so I'm gonna wait for a little bit, like 2 hours, and then I'm going to bring my mold back, and I want to pick up my fettling knife. And this is like literally what your fettling knife is for, because it's a nice long thin knife, and we're gonna go real easy on it. But I just want to kind of wedge it in there, and look at how like, so hopefully yours will pop apart fairly easy. And so that looks nice and clean. I'm very happy about that. No bubbles or any weird marks. My seam on this looks really good, nice and tight. My keys look good, and now I get to try to get this thing out. Be gentle as you're doing it. I am trying to do a little bit of a twist and a pull, specifically because I have a mold form that is not like perfect, and you're gonna struggle a little bit, and that's okay. Just be patient. Sometimes you just want to let it, like if your piece is still, so I'm going from the inside and just pushing it out instead of trying to pull on it, and there we go. That loosened it up, so yay! We have our mold form, and that looks really clean too. So maybe that that plaster that I was looking at, there's like a weird little mark there, but that looks like it might be okay. Alright, that's my mold. Now I have to let this dry until it's totally dry. It shouldn't be wet. It's going to feel light. And that's going to take at least a week.